So problem number 9, we already have the left side factored, and when we have two or more factors equaling 0, we get to set each factor equal to 0, just using the zero product property, something back from algebra, still applies here. So if we want to solve this equation, we're going to subtract 1 from both sides, and where on the unit circle is the tangent equal to -1? Well, tangent's negative in the second quadrant, so that would be the 3 pi over 4 angle, as well as this fourth quadrant, the 7 pi over 4 angle. And over here, where is the cosecant of theta equal to +1? Well, it's the same place that the sine is equal to +1, that's pi over 2. So we have our final answer of 3 pi over 4, 7 pi over 4, and pi over 2. So that those three angles would make the original equation true. And then finally, I find it easier to manipulate the expression if I have only sine or only cosine. But if cosine, I just replace that with a c, and it helps me to remember. It helps clean things up a little bit. It looks just like algebra if there's an x right there. So hopefully recognizing here that we have a trinomial quadratic factor by using the FOIL method. It's a trinomial, and so the first times the first has to equal the first. The last times the last has to equal -3. Well, we could put a 3 here and then a 1 there, or we could put the 3 here and the 1 here. And the right combination is just that, putting the 3 over here, because 2 times 3 is 6. 2c times -3 is -6c. And then the inside, 1 times c is +1c, and when you add those two together, you get -5c. Check, that's our middle term. And so when we set each factor equal to 0, we'll put the cosine back in. 2 times cosine of theta plus 1 equals 0, and we have the cosine of theta, let's scoot this up a little bit, -3 is equal to 0. Well, this equation here has no solution, because if you add 3 to both sides, you get cosine of theta equals 3. Well, the cosine of theta can never be bigger than 1. And then over here, if you subtract 1 and divide by 2, you get cosine of theta is equal to -1/2. And therefore, theta has to be, again, second quadrant, cosine of theta is -1/2 at 2 pi over 3, as well as 4 pi over 3. So you have two solutions to the equation here, number 10. And that's it.